Hi guys, welcome back to my program. This is the chapter on creativity of nature, and in fact, this is the second segment. In the first segment, I explained why I am focusing on nature because we are part of nature, and creativity is something that nature uses. It is an inborn thing, it is part of how it evolves, and that's why we have this creative power within us. In this segment, I will go a little bit deeper. But before that, I want to take you back to an earlier part of the program when I spoke about Eiji Nakatsu. Remember the Japanese engineer who used the kingfisher's beak to remodel the bullet train? What I didn't tell you was he also was inspired by two other birds, the owl and the penguin. The wings of the owl and the belly of a penguin. Using their creative genius, he remodeled the entire bullet train to make it quieter and faster. What he did is called biomimicry. The one person that we must thank for popularizing biomimicry is Janine Benyu. She has set up an institute, and there's more and more research that is being done, and people are benefiting from it. I look at biomimicry as a shortcut because its very basis is that we study nature and refer to it as an R&D lab. It has millions of years of research done, and it has evolved and perfected many of its systems and mechanisms. And because human beings, we are facing a lot of challenges. Why go the hard way? Go back to nature. Look and study how nature has solved its problems. And because nature has solved its problems, we can take a shortcut and learn from nature and innovate from there. And that is what is happening. More and more natural scientists, the botanists, the biologists, they are working with architects, with scientists, with engineers, and they are remodeling a lot of things that we are using. Some of us don't even realize. I want to tell you a nice little story, an inspiring story about biomimicry. And I must take you to this building called Eastgate Center in Harare, Zimbabwe, Africa. Its architect is Mick Pierce, and he has created this considered to be the world's first building that uses natural means for ventilation. 90% of the building is naturally ventilated. And the engineering genius comes from termites. Would you believe it? Termites. Anyway, this is how the termites engineered this. You see, they live mostly underground. But above the ground, you will see these mounds. It's called termite mounds. And that is part of their engineering genius. That top portion plays a role because what they do is they create holes on top and they create holes at the bottom for the movement of air. You see, these termites have a weakness. They need to keep their body temperature at a certain degree. Any major change and they will die. And within these termite mounds, there are millions of termites doing their work. They don't sleep, they work ceaselessly. Of course, they go around destroying our buildings. Anyway, these mounds go up to about 10 meters. So you can imagine the millions and millions of termites that are within these mounds, and they are constantly working. And you have to keep the air flowing, and you have to keep them well ventilated. And the termites have done just that. What they do is they allow the hot air to escape through the upper part of the mounds where they have created holes. And at the bottom part, they also have created holes where fresh air can come in and it pushes the hot air up. And as the breeze flows on top, it pulls the hot air out of the mounds. That's an engineering genius. And we humans have learned from it. And there in Harare, there is this building where 90% of that building, and it's a huge building, doesn't use air conditioning. 90% is natural means of ventilation, and they use the same engineering genius that the termites use to create this wonder. Harare is not the only place that has this building. There are other places now in Australia and other parts where they use the same way of ventilating their buildings. Isn't that amazing? Termites. Who would have guessed it? I never did. I was shocked because I don't like termites. I have a lot of wood in my house, and termites destroy homes. And here we are learning from them. My goodness, this is biomimicry. And with that, let me see you again next segment. Bye.